Howdy, hi. It is To Your Job Sports MLB Rundown picks and predictions for Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. We are looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, we have to recap the previous day's results. So far, we are 3-3 on the day. Technically, there's still 2 games going on, but the Astros are down 7-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So I'm basically guaranteeing that is a loss. And then we have the over of 8.5 runs in the Mariners and the Yankees game. That is currently 2-1 in the top of the 4th. So I will recap the rest of these games, and then we'll get on to the picks we got for tomorrow. All right, first game, we took the Guardians at home once again, plus money, and the under of 8.5 runs. Both of these hit. Again, the Guardians plus money at home, going to want to be something you follow the entire season. We have a solid enough lineup. We don't have like the big name guys besides Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan, but we have dudes who have been swinging a hot bat. And our pitching rotation may not be the best, but our bullpen is one of the best in the MLB. Yes, Class A has been struggling, but we have guys in this lineup who are just really, really good at throwing the baseball. Ben Lively went 3 innings, giving up 1 hit, and then he got injured. Then it was time for the bullpen. So you had Jacob Junis come in and pitch an inning. You had Colby Allard from the Braves that we acquired in the offseason. He came in 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned. Shout out to you. You had Cade Smith come in and pitch an inning, and then you had Hunter Gaddis close it out. So I really like this Guardians team. We are quite good at baseball. How we scored today, we won 5-0. You had a Gabriel Arias bases clearing double. You had a Carlos Santana sac fly. And I think you had a Kyle Manzardo single. So that is how we won the game 5-0. Relatively sweat-free winner there. We then had the over 8.5 runs in the Red Sox and the Tigers game. There was 16 runs scored in this one. Unfortunately, I did also have Boston on the money line. They lost by 12 runs. Final score, Detroit 14, Boston 2. Detroit had 18 hits on the day. 1-8. That's a lot. We bet against 2 AL Central teams today, in the Royals and the Tigers, and they both screwed us pretty hard. So maybe we should have just taken all AL Central teams today, and that would have been the move. But I wish I would have known that a little earlier. All right, our losers, we have the Astros minus 120 on the money line. Technically, this game is still going. They are now, it is 7-5 in the top of the 9th inning. They're down 2 runs. They brought this game all the way back. They were at one point down 7-0. So they've crawled their way back into it. Obviously, we lose the under 8.5. That was basically dead in the 3rd inning when the Royals hopped out to a 7-0 lead. Then we had the Red Sox plus 100. Again, they got schmacked by the Tigers. You're not going to win many games when your starting pitcher goes 2 1/3 innings, gives up 9 hits and 11 earned runs. That is not a recipe for success. Then the one game we still have going on, the Yankees and the Mariners, they are currently... It is 1-2, top of the 4th inning, guy on first base with 1 out. So the over 8.5, very much alive. The live over-under is currently 8.5. So we're right on the money. Hopefully they start hitting the baseball. Okay, that is the recap. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game number 1, I'm going to rock another AL Central team. I really don't think the Orioles should be laying this much against anyone in the league. The Orioles aren't good. The Twins, they are coming off of a rough... Actually, no, I think they're coming off of a sweep, right? They just swept the Giants. Yeah, Twins, they just swept the Giants. They just swept this Orioles team a week ago. The Twins have casually won, 9 games in a row? Sorry, 8 games in a row. Twins are 8-2 in their last 10. They just swept this Orioles team literally 2 series ago. Simeon Woods Richardson on the mound. His last game was against the Orioles. He pitched really well. He went 4 2/3 innings, only giving up 2 earned runs. He did struggle a little bit in the K department. He's normally good for right around 5 to 7. He only had 1. So he didn't have his best stuff, but he was still able to hold them to 2 runs as they won that game 5-2. The Orioles, they are in a ever-declining fall. They did get their first series win in a while. They won 2 out of 3 in Los Angeles against the Angels. Both of these teams have had a day of rest. Simeon Woods Richardson, 2-2 on the year, 4.01 ERA. Going up against Cade Povich. Cade Povich is not good. 1-3 on the year, has a massive home run problem. He's pitched 35 and 2/3 innings, 29 strikeouts, 11 walks, 7 home runs given up. His most recent start, he faced this Minnesota team literally a week ago, went 6 innings, gave up 5 earned runs. The starts before that gave up 3 to the Yankees, 1 to Washington, 7 to Cincinnati. So he's not very good. This Twins team is swinging a hot bat. I really don't think they should be plus 115 at the Orioles. That don't make no sense. Therefore, give me the Twins plus 115 on the money line in the under of 9.5 runs. Next game, we're taking another AL Central team. After seeing what the Royals did to the Houston today, I said, screw it, why not back them? Now, the one thing in that Houston game I forgot to mention, they did switch starting pitchers, but it really didn't matter. The line stayed the same. The starter they switched to basically had the same stats as Framber Valdez, so I was like, all right, I'm just going to rebet it, and we'll keep it in the video, because I gave the pick out. But they did pitch a different guy. I think they pitched Gusto, so that's who they actually ended up throwing. But today we do get Framber Valdez. He's going up against Chris Bubich, 4-2 on the year with a 1.69 ERA. This dude is dealing. So the fact they are plus 1 money on the money line don't make no sense to me. The Royals, another team who are very hot currently. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games, coming off of a win in the first game of this series, assuming they don't absolutely blow it. Bubich so far 4-2 on the season, 48 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, only 13 walks, and he's only given up 2 home runs. He's been really, really, really solid. His recent game log, he has given up 0 earned in 3 of his last 4. His one bad start was coincidentally against this Houston team at home. He went 5 innings, giving up 4 earned runs. I think this is a nice bounce back spot. I don't really trust Valdez on the mound laying this big of a number, laying 160. I don't think that makes much sense. Looking at his game log, I'm trying to see, he did face the Royals. He went 8 innings, giving up 2 runs, striking out 5. They did hit him a decent amount, but it was just 2 guys on the field. I don't think they should be laying minus 150. If you were telling me who do I think the better team is, I'd argue the Astros. But with Bubich on the mound, how well he's pitching, and the form that the Royals are in, I think plus 125 on the money line is good value. And then give me the over 7.5 runs. Both of these teams hit the ball pretty well in the first game of the series, so I will take some runs. Next game, we are going to Yankees. We're taking them on the run line, minus 1.5 at plus 130. The over of 7.5 runs. Max Fried, looking like the Cy Young frontrunner currently, 6-0 on the year with a 1.05 ERA. Going up against Brian Wu, 4-1 with a 3.25 ERA. This is all about Fried. This dude is an absolute demon. 51 and 2/3 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, 11 walks, only 3 home runs. He has not given up more than 1 run in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of his last 8 starts have been 1 run or under. Brian Wu, on the other hand, he does have a 4-1 record, so you'd think that would sound pretty good. But if you look at his game log, he's given up 5 runs in his most recent start. He had a 0-run showing against the Rangers, but the Rangers suck. He gave up 2 to Boston, 3 to Toronto, 4 to San Francisco, 6 to San Diego. He's not as good as his 4-1 record would indicate. Max Fried is as good as his 6-0. This dude is as good as advertised. And then on top of that, you throw in Aaron Judge hitting 396. You got Goldie hitting 340. I like this lineup. Ben Rice at the top is decent. Minus 1.5 plus 130. Also taking the over 7.5 runs. The over really doesn't make much sense, but if I'm taking a team minus 1.5, I kind of have to take the over because then you're just solely rooting for like a 4-0 finish, and I don't really want to root for that. So I'll take the minus 1.5 plus the juice and the over of 7.5 runs. Next game, final game, we're taking the D-backs minus 115 on the money line and the over of 7.5 runs at the Giants. Diamondbacks, they have Brandon Pfaadt on the mound, 6-2, 3.28 ERA. Going up against Robbie Ray, 5-0 with a 2.84 ERA, but his numbers suggest that this dude is about to get shelled. Brandon Pfaadt, 46 and 2/3 innings pitched this season, 41 strikeouts, 9 walks, 7 home runs given up. Coming off of a really good start against the Dodgers, he went 6 innings, giving up 4 hits and 0 earned runs. He does struggle a bit on the road. 3 out of his last 4 starts have been home starts. His one road start was at Philadelphia. He went 4 and 2/3, giving up 6 total runs. But that was the only real bad start he's had recently. In his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in his last 6 starts, he's only given up 2 or more runs twice. 4 of those have been 1 or under. So when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's really off. So that's why I'm going to take the over just in case he does get shelled. Robbie Ray, let's look at his stats. 44 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts, 23 walks. How are you going to be 5-0 with the 2.84 ERA with 23 walks in 44 innings pitched? That should tell you everything you need to know. He's allowing base runners. He's played teams that really don't hit the ball well. His most recent games are against Colorado, Texas, Milwaukee. All those teams don't hit the ball for shit. This Diamondbacks lineup, they're pretty good. Now, you could probably throw Ketel Marte in here. He sat the previous day. Not sure if he's going to play today. I would assume so. You can toss him in here, maybe slide Perdomo down to the 9 spot, take out Herrera, and then put Marte in at the 2. This is a mean lineup for Arizona. You start Carroll, will slide in Marte with Smith, Naylor, Suarez has ridiculous power, Lourdes Gurriel has power, Alec Thomas is almost hitting 300, and then you slot in Perdomo down at the 9 spot, who's also hitting 292. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You have to dodge so many bats in this lineup. I do not think Robbie Ray is going to be able to walk guys and get away with it. Therefore, give me the Diamondbacks and give me the over of 7.5 runs. Okay, that is going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.